Welcome to Nice and Blunt, everyone. Today is my first episode with the extra person, first guest on the channel. Welcome, Hoohames. How you doing, buddy?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Yesterday's stream on your channel was very fun. If anyone hasn't checked that out, the link will be in the description. That was a fun stream. We had 3 drafts, and those teams were pretty solid. We had some. Which one was your favorite?
I like the War Room a lot.
Yeah.
It was Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. And then we got Bucky Irving, DeAndre Swift, Bashaw Tootin, Emmett Johnson, Tyrone Tracy with a 10-pick discount on Tracy. And then the upside swing on Claiborne. And then wide receivers, we have JSN stacked, Drake London, Adams stacked, Mike Evans, Jerry Jeudy, Torrey Horton for the double stack, Trey Tucker, Tez Johnson, because we got the Baker thing. Like if Evans isn't there, we got Tez, and we also have Bucky. And then Juwan Johnson, Kelsey, and Freiermuth. Like, I think that's a really, really good team.
Yeah, I think the stacks are pretty solid. And like, I don't know how you feel, man, but I really think that the Travis Kelce price as of today is just such a steal. I think he will be a very legit tight end one. And where he's going is just such a massive discount.
Yeah, and when he retires, everybody's going to be really mad.
I don't think he will, man. I really don't.
I don't either, but
but of course he'll find a way to piss me off yet again. He screws me so many times. Like it seems like he has his best games against the Chargers in our stadium. Like, man, he just owns the Chargers.
Yeah, speaking of like elite tight ends in Kansas City, like I mean it's kind of a trend, but like I miss the old Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates games.
That was pretty quintessential.
Yeah.
Speaking of Antonio Gates, I wanted to ask you this: how long have you been playing fantasy football?
I've been playing since like 2001 ish.
Okay, an extra 10 years for me. My first team was in like 2011.
Yeah.
Do you remember who led you to your first championship?
I don't know, man. Like
that was a long time ago.
Like, I won one really early, back like right out of high school, and I'm probably older than you think. So,
how old are you?
I'm 42.
43, okay, I just turned 31 last year.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I was born in '83, so yeah, 43 here in a month or two. So
okay, we were around the same age when we first started playing. Then,
yeah. So, I don't really remember. I know that my favorite players back then, like I was the take all of the players on my team because I don't want to get beat by the players on my team.
Yeah.
Guy, that's how we all started, I think.
Yeah, everyone has their biases of like, this is my favorite team, you're not getting this player. But I recall my first championship. It was the first year I played, and the players that led me there were Arian Foster, Ryan Matthews, Alfred Morris. And then my receiver room was Victor Cruz, and I had traded Ben Jarvis Green Ellis midseason for Jordy Nelson. And I believe my QB tight end combo, if I'm not like mistaken, was Rivers and Gates. Yeah, that year Victor Cruz had like in the championship like a 180 and 2 touchdown game. It was like can't beat it.
Yeah, I don't remember when my first championship was, but I do remember in a dynasty setup where I had the dynasty. I think it was like 2005 to 2009. I won 3 of 4. I had Calvin Johnson, Antonio Brown, Jamal Charles, like in his last couple of years, and a couple other players. And like it was a 16-man league, and I just absolutely floored everybody for like 3 straight years. Like it was one of those teams that everybody's just like, all right, let's get this over with,
That's my reluctance to get into a dynasty league where like you don't have the same like anyone's game that you do every single year in redraft. Are you more of a dynasty or a redraft guy?
I'm definitely more into dynasty.
Okay.
And I try to like make sure I only have 1 or 2 websites going at a time. I really hate having multiple websites.
Yeah. Do you mainly do Yahoo or ESPN or what do you?
I mean, I grew up with MFL. But
MFL?
Yeah, MFL, which anybody who knows. It's a janky website, but it offers the most. So like you can run IDP and all that stuff as well. like to an insane, like you can have like 50-man rosters and salaries and contracts and all kinds of crazy stuff over there.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so like the most degen of dynasty players play on MFL, and none of them like it. Like they use it because they allow the most.
Their grandfather did, and it's just the only option.
Yeah.
Are you PPR or standard, half PPR? Which one do you think is the true best?
I don't think there's a true. I think it's a game. I think it's more like, I think I have a good ability to be able to look at a scoring setting and be like, okay, well, adjust everything I know into this format on the fly.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I can do better than other people. So like, and that may or may not be true, but like against people like you or other content creators, stuff like that, like I think every content creator has a pretty good ability to be able to adjust like that. But your common person, like your buddies that are playing in your hometown and stuff, like they adjust less.
Right.
And you have a pretty big advantage to any scoring setting. So like one league I got invited to last year, I do not like the settings, but like it's base league, it's like base PPR, except for one thing, and that is quarterbacks get a full point per completion. It's like
I've played in something similar to that, and it gets like egregiously.
It's like your quarterback every week gets 40 points.
Yeah.
And the very first thing I noted or thought about, I'm like, well, the elite quarterbacks don't matter at all, because all the elite quarterbacks have the rushing. So like the player you're missing out on, like I didn't do good because I took over this as a dynasty and the team was trashed. And then I spent my first pick on Travis Hunter, which is aging poorly. So
yeah, that's not going to work out. That's not going to.
So like we're still rebuilding for sure, but like it's I like the challenge of a new scoring setting.
Yeah, it's fun to have different stuff. I like having one league that's like double quarterback, one league that's full PPR, one league that's half PPR. I've dropped any like standard leagues. I feel like it's on the more boring end. My cat is like fucking with a bag in the background. I don't know if you can hear that, but
I can hear some stuff going on. I was just going to question it. I know you have a cat, and cats do weird things, so.
She gets in her feels. She's got to explore and do some weird shit.
So the dynasty, I'm in a set of 3 different dynasty leagues on CBS, and it's just like a group of people that I've known forever, and all of these leagues are different, and it's like the most thought-provoking kind of league I've ever been in, and it's like it's kind of touchdown only, but it's a point per 25 or 50 yards depending on the setup.
Okay.
But your touchdowns are all worth 4, not 6, but they're all scaled by distance. So anything over 30 yards, a 30-yard is 5, and it scales up to 10 points. So like an 80-yard touchdown is worth 10 points.
Okay. Yeah.
So like team defenses randomly score 22 points in a week.
Yeah.
And like your whole team scores 38. But the defense scores 22, right? Like, there are some wild swings, and the chaos makes it fun.
Gotcha. That's where I like to still incorporate like kickers and defenses. I'm not like completely get rid. Like, you need that randomness that can swing something, just because when it's just yards and it's just catches, like, it's legit, and maybe it's not as fluky, but it's just not as fun. I need that element of any man can win because of any fucking thing might happen, and the any given Sunday aspect of football keeps it so compelling. Like this last year was so up for grabs for such a long time. Every single week was like so entertaining, and I think that's like the thrill of this game.
Yeah, so like I think if you want to know who's the best at fantasy, like you remove kickers and defense. But if you want to just have a good time with it, like it's definitely more along kicker and defense stuff.
Yeah, I like to give like bonuses as well for like 100 yards and extra 3 points, like the same as like a field goal. So it would like negate your opponent's kicker kind of contributions.
So I've always said that kickers should get negative points for every one they miss.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Like literally, like your kicker, like if your kicker could get 22 points in a week, they could also get -8. Like,
Yeah.
And I think that a missed extra point shouldn't be -1. It should be -5. Like, no, like, like you need punish when that happens.
For sure. That's a good. I like that, man. Yeah. So before we move in, you're a Chiefs fan. I'm a Charger fan. But are there any other teams that like you really enjoy watching? Like I like to bounce around. I didn't grow up with like a specific team. So that's where fantasy football kind of like really appealed to me, where I can root for specific players and specific things, but any given game I tune on has the ability to really be compelling to me. Are there any other teams that just really do it for you these days?
So I mean, it's much more players. Like we're best ball players. Like we like a lot of players, right?
Yeah.
So like it's more that I'm not rooting for the teams, but I'm rooting for individual players. For a while, my second team was the Texans.
Okay.
Until Andre Johnson was let go because DeAndre Hopkins was there, and I still like unfathomably dislike DeAndre Hopkins from this whole situation. like it wasn't his fault. I get that, but that doesn't make me feel better about it. You know, like. So like, and like I'm pretty hard on DeAndre Hopkins. Like I ain't gonna lie. I claim that you've never seen a highlight of him to where he's not pushing off, because all of his one-handed catches is because the other hand's pushing off. And like I'm like, if I'm wrong, send me a picture. Like he actually kind of got like at the end of his career, I seen less of it, and maybe I grew as a person. You know, maybe that's what happened.
You've let go of some bitterness over time.
Yeah, maybe that happened. But I don't know. Like I knew it was like unjustified and all that, but like I play it as a meme at this point. Like,
yeah, you got to lean in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then before we get going, last topic. Rookies. You are much more well versed in rookies coming into this season than I am. Hey, why don't you shut the fuck up? You know a lot more about rookies than I do at the moment. I know most of what I know from you and watching PPR Tyler, and then looking up stats and stuff. But I know your guy is Emmett Johnson by far. Seems like that's your boy. And then
Cooper is more my boy, but Emmett Johnson's also my boy.
Who's like your next three? Who are the next three that you are ready to move on to if you happen to get sniped?
So like, I started the process pretty out on Malachi Fields. Like I watched his tape, but I didn't watch all of his tape. Mm-hmm. And the more you watch, the better he looks. And his stuff at Notre Dame just looks a lot better. Gotcha. So like, and I also, whenever I watched his original, like the original stuff I watched, he didn't look like he was 6'4". I don't know. It just felt like he was like 6'1", 6'2", but he's actually like 6'4" plus. And that's pretty big. Like that does matter at wide receiver, especially an outside receiver. So he's a guy, I'm not going to say he's a top guy of mine now, but like, he's a guy I didn't like, and I do now, somewhat. I see. I really like. I'm very big. I think Carnell Tate's kind of clearly the one this year at wide receiver.
Okay.
I think Jadarian Price. Like I have Emmett Johnson at 2, Price at 3, and I have Jonah Coleman lower than most. I have him a little behind. Like I do have him at 4, but I at running back, but I have him like down, like further away from Price and Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, I don't want to overreact to like the lack of pass catching ability from Jadarian Price. I know that he's alongside Jeremiah Love, and it gets tricky. You play your role, but to see someone with a maximum 6 catches in a season in college at the running back position makes me a little scared. But I've also taken him with huge hopes of just like landing spot might absolutely just clear all of those concerns out of the way.
So it's not like there's a guy in this class named Terrion Stewart. He was bad. Like he had 7 targets, 4 catches, 2 drops in one season, and the other season he had 2 targets, 1 drop. Like like Jadarian Price isn't that. Like
Right.
at least the targets he's got have been reasonably successful. So like there is some optimism, kind of like where Judkins. Like Judkins just wasn't used that way. And in the pros, whenever they did throw the ball to him, he was serviceable. Like he could be like Josh Jacobs out of the back. Like he's not elite at it, but serviceable. Like that's all he needs to be, Price, to really be worth it in my eyes.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out for those rookies. We'll try and get them. We're going to hop into a war room, hopefully. Let's pivot over.
Yeah, these can take a little bit to fill, so
hopefully
it's close.
Whenever it's the higher buy-in, it's usually
going
to take a bit of time, but let's hope for the best. I'm hopping in, and there's 4 spots left, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. Well, if it does, I'll just skip ahead in the edit here, but we'll just linger in the lobby for a bit and keep chatting.
Yeah, so along with the rookies, like for wide receivers specifically, I have Omar Cooper. Like I'm very much considering putting him wide receiver 4 ahead of Denzel Boston. Like I definitely have him at 5. I do quit. Like I like, don't get me, I like Denzel Boston. I do kind of like, I question more parts of Boston's game than I do of Cooper's. And like you get Cooper 50 picks later.
Yeah, so much later.
But you get Boston, who I don't think Boston's like clearly like miles and miles worse than like Tyson and Mekhi Lemon. Like, and I don't think Cooper is either, but like those guys go at pick 60-ish. And Boston goes at 110, 115, and then Cooper goes at basically 175 now.
Gotcha.
Like he's like, now that Brugler came out and had him wide receiver or player overall in the top 30, people have been moving him up.
Yeah, he's been rising quickly, so I'm glad you got me on to him soon. I have a decent share of him at the moment, but I've been getting sniped more often lately.
Yeah, I have 68% out of 28 drafts on Drafters right now, with an average ADP of 200.6.
Not bad.
His ADP is going like, now all of my takes aren't that good, but we're going to brag about the one that is. So, like, look, it feels good now. That doesn't mean it's going to be good.
But watch him just get drafted and Kyler Murray's throwing in the ball and it doesn't happen.
I mean, if he goes to the Jets, it's over, right? Like
yeah.
whoever goes to the Jets, it's over. Like we all know that. We got a 1 in 32 chance that it's over. Like, yeah, every player, 1 in 32 chances it's just over.
Are there any free agency moves that you're like hoping to happen, like some ideal landing spots for any particular players, or are you just like whoever goes here, I'm going to be all in on?
There are some things that I feel pretty confident about that I don't think the market believes. Like I feel very confident that ETN will not be back with the Jags.
Okay.
I think that's kind of becoming a more popular opinion, but I've been that since like 3 weeks ago.
That's definitely a little more likely than not.
At this point, yeah. Like we're kind of getting reading the tea leaves and stuff. It kind of feels like that's going to happen. I personally think Mike Evans won't end up back with Tampa Bay.
I agree.
I think it is kind of closer to 50-50 than I originally thought. But he said that he wants to play for a ring. And I feel like going to like the Niners or the Bills or somebody like that is kind of what's good. Like, could you imagine him on the Niners, like with Pearsall being able to like clear up space and all that?
That's I think the ideal landing spot for Evans. And as much as like the Bucks have been in contention and there have been moments where like they're a good dark horse candidate to make the Super Bowl, ultimately I kind of feel like Todd Bowles is just a little bit holding them back. Like their offensive coordinator situation, as once Liam Cohen left, like they were not the same team, and then injuries just really piled on. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's his best opportunity.
And the next one is new news. Tyreek Hill.
Where do you think he goes?
I kind of like him to go to like Washington.
I'd be a bit shocked with that personally, but they have a lot of cap space. It's definitely possible.
Well, over the last couple of years, like they got Jaden Daniels, and then last year they went out and signed the oldest possible veterans they could at every angle.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't work out, but does that mean they're just not going to try it again? I mean, Tyreek would fit that offense very well. Like, especially, they're definitely going to sign some sort of a tight end. Like, let's say Cade Otton or Isaiah Likely, I think, are pretty reasonable to go there, or even Njoku. But if you get somebody more like Otton or Njoku who can also block a little bit, adding somebody like Tyreek on the edge, like that just makes them like him plus McLaurin clearing out space for the middle. Like that would just be awesome, assuming that Tyreek is fine. Like we don't know, but some team's going to take a gamble on him.
That's the thing where I'm a little reluctant to like fully believe he's going to be 100%. He's a player I have to mix in. Like he just has so much upside. He's going so much later than he ever was before. It'd be crazy to ignore him. But I also feel like the injuries sustained and how critical speed is to his skill set, I could see some teams very reluctant to like pay him much. And I view him as someone that might just chase the money. So that's where I'm kind of in the camp of like, he feels like a good Raider where there's just not that many teams that are going to feel desperate enough to bring him in. And once he gets past the like nostalgia idea of going back to the Chiefs, I feel like the Raiders might just get, they got so much money to spend. Why not take a shot with Tyreek Hill? But yeah. I'd prefer a team like,
I mean, there's a connection that nobody's even talked about yet that I don't think it would be a great fit. But what if he just goes with Nagy over in New York?
That's possible. I could see him. I mean, the Steelers just went like ham in free agency. I could see him with the Steelers and like Rodgers is like one last shot, swan song season. Let's give it a chance. But they're a weird franchise right now.
I actually don't see that because Tyreek's quote today said the cheetah will be back or whatever. So that means he's going to be absolutely speed training. Okay. Now, is he going to be? Is he going to be good enough? Like, is he going to be the same?
Right.
We don't know, right? But if he is, I don't know him personally, obviously, but like, I feel like when he puts his mind to something, it's something that's going to happen. Like he feels like a very driven person. And are we almost there?
We just filled. We pulled the 108 in this war room.
That's not bad. There's a player I like a lot in this area. We'll see. And we're not live, so we can talk about it openly. I have Amon-Ra pretty clearly in my 107. I don't know if you like it.
I do like Amon-Ra a lot, and he's probably the receiver aside from the big three that I wind up with the most. But just for the sake of like how my builds have been going, I started off the year drafting Amon-Ra like crazy, and then I was like, okay, if I just keep sticking with my rankings, I'm going to end up with like 60% Amon-Ra. I can't do that. So I've been fading him a little bit, but I would be pretty satisfied if we took Amon-Ra here at the 8.
I got to look at the names here. We got.
Do you recognize anyone?
Yeah, we got Bryson there. Bryson in the 2-hole.
At the 2?
Yeah. He's a member of the Who Crew. By the way, the stream yesterday was easily the most successful one I've had. We ended up with like 74 likes. I think it was almost 400 watches or whatever.
That's great, man. I'm happy for you. We almost hit the 420 on the subs.
I
checked this morning. You're at 417 last I saw.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We'll probably hit it today, but maybe.
I hope so.
358 on the views, so I overshot that a little, but I was. Go ahead.
No, that's not bad. I'm glad it went well.
Yeah, actually, just got a comment on that, so I'll have to reply to that afterwards. They were asking about where the crossover episode is. We're actually doing it now.
Coming in. All right, so Taylor goes at the 6. The top 5 are the same names, but Gibbs did fall to 4. That's a pretty nice drop there.
Do you prefer to go running back over Amon-Ra just for structure, or do you
structure typically? I normally do that, but I think for today, I'm fine with going Amon-Ra and just kind of
Amon-Ra. Yeah.
Anchor.
We both like it. We both like him. CD Lamb is one of those that I'm having a very, very hard time clicking this year.
I had him in my PPR league, and I was very frustrated with some of his production. I mean, his injury was obviously a big factor there, but like he fell off in the touchdown department in a way I really didn't anticipate, and that just doesn't happen with Amon-Ra.
I do kind of want to, at some point, do a CD and then just pull Pickens up for a double.
Oh, I've done that a few times. I have that on one of my recent streams last week.
Yeah.
I was in the 106, I believe. If I'm going to do it, I want to be in the middle where I'm not like reaching on one of the players like crazy, but it does feel kind of nice, honestly. I haven't hated it at all.
Well, like from the 106, especially, like you're almost guaranteed to have a running back in the 3rd round that's reasonable. So
yeah.
Like if you do it at the back end, or if you like, I don't want to give up a Bijan, Gibbs, Chase, or Puka for it.
At the 108 here, I think it's a little too risky. The 7, I think, is the last spot I'd be like willing to try it, but even that feels a little dicey.
If I was wanting to do it, I think I would do it from the 5.
Okay, you'd be comfortable passing on like JSN or whoever's there for you. I feel like the top 5.
I mean, if it's
for me, I don't usually want to do it.
If it's JSN, I think I'm okay doing it, but
okay.
Not that I think JSN's a bad pick. There's like 0 chance I want to pass on the first 4. But I think that having the option of the running backs there, because you might be able to hit up Brees, and maybe Brees also goes to Dallas, and you have like the nuts. And if Brees goes to Dallas, there's 0 chance you could ever do that, and it would just give you a slightly better chance to like. Not even that it's a good strategy. I don't even think it's a good strategy to do that. So
I think I set that up once and it got sniped. But
do we take Jeremiah Love here? We pull up Derrick Henry.
I think Jeremiah Love is fine. I mean, there's so many scenarios where the rookie just doesn't live up to expectation. But in general, for the structure, I'm happy with him here.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
also,
I'm actually fine with Henry there as well. Like I like both of them pretty equally. I know the market is kind of leaning Chase Brown over Henry right now. I don't think that's quite correct.
I think you could argue that Derrick Henry can go where like Hampton and Genty are going. What he was able to do in week 17 last year was nuclear, and it's a weekly game. He may not finish as like a top 5 running back ever again. I think that might be behind him, but from a single week spike week standpoint, hard to find someone that is capable of doing much better.
I mean, he had 1,500 yards last year. Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, he's not fallen off. I mean, he's just bold, and people are weary, but he's still falling here. He's available for the Jamar Chase team at 2 if they want him. But I have noticed that Neighbors London have been slipping quite often lately.
Yeah, the Neighbors one absolutely makes sense.
For sure.
London one, I don't know why he's falling. Is it the same thing happened last year? He started pretty steamy, and then I think when more people got involved, more people didn't like him as much. Because the first 2 weeks, it's honestly the most degen of degens just drafting, right? Like,
yeah.
If you're like me and you have like 30 drafts done by the time before the Super Bowl's over, like you probably have a problem, but at least you're having fun, you know?
Yeah. I can't say I was that deep in it in the weeds that early, but I'm up to I think 35 drafts at this point.
I mean, that's pretty nice. Like
it's more tame than the average YouTuber, I would assume.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. That's where Best Ball Guy is.
Okay.
I think he's around 40.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Derrick Henry, he almost got to 16. He's 1595.
That's crazy.
He had 16 touchdowns. He had 16.4 full point PPR, and we all know that he's a PPR monster with his 15 receptions last year. So like he had like what 16.3 or whatever, like basically 16 points a game.
Are you a Kyron guy here, or do you feel comfortable that we can push running back a little bit further?
I think we can push running back.
I'd be fine with T. Higgins here or Josh Allen. What's your preference?
Let's go Josh. You want to go Josh?
We did that yesterday. We didn't hate it at all. We probably shouldn't push quarterback as much as we did on that team, but I do feel like Allen is a very, very safe pick because the run on QB that's about to happen when you don't feel like you're locked into that position, it's a nice luxury.
Well, and we have Amon-Ra, and like Allen Goff is like the perfect place to stop.
That is pretty nice. Go ahead.
And if we don't get Goff, like there's a lot of quarterbacks in that area. Like I'm fine just taking Tyler Shuck or Baker and backsacking them or whatever if you want, or Jordan Love, and going into the Jaden Reed, because we both believe that Jaden Reed's pretty mispriced.
Yeah, he should be a top 100 pick at the very least. And he's like almost like 115, 120 sometimes.
I wonder if there's some rumors that like Romeo Doubs may go back. That Green Bay kind of wants him to go back, and like that makes it kind of ugly. But that is the price he should be at if Dobbs goes back.
Right.
Now, if Dobbs goes anywhere else, like, what are we doing with him? Are we how high does he move up?
He could go as high as where he was last year, but the Golden situation makes it still a little murky. Do you have any faith in Golden at all? Or
I think Golden got like, I don't have much of Golden, but he was getting open. He just wasn't on the field a bunch, and whenever he did get on the field and get open for whatever reason,
we just got sniped on JMO for the stack. Are you comfortable with Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, or do you want to go running back?
I'm comfortable with either one, or even Loveland or Scattaboo. Like I'm fine.
I don't have a ton of Loveland. I'd be interested.
Let's do that.
Go Rainbow. You want? Let's go Rainbow.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I've done a single Rainbow so far, but I don't have enough Loveland where I've been trying to click him more.
It also gives us divisional correlation there with Amon-Ra, like for playoff stuff.
And I don't know about you, but I love Caleb Williams. I think it might be a little too steep of an investment at QB to take Caleb in like the 6th. But I mean, I really think Caleb is going to crush.
Depending on what's on the board, like, do I want to do it? Not necessarily, but there are times that I think the 6th round can be very ugly at times.
Yeah, that's where drafting a QB there makes a lot of sense.
And if nothing we really like is there and Caleb's there, we could just be absolutely done at quarterback. And I know everybody wants to do three quarterbacks all the time, but like if we had those two, number one, we probably already overspent at that position.
I agree.
But number two, like doing that also creates more pressure on the rest of the room.
For sure.
Right. Like, so when you do stuff like that, even if it's not optimal, like your specific room, like the first battle is getting out of the 2 of 12 for your room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, all the money is won in the last week, but you still have to get out of this. And like, if you can create, if you're in a room that lets themselves get panicked into things, and like Lamar's going to make it back. Like if Lamar makes it back, do we do it?
The vibe I'm getting from this lobby so far is that with all the badges, it's probably not going to be a panic mode. Wow, Ibuka falls to the 505.
I mean, if Lamar gets here, do we do it? I mean, I actually like those three running.
Well, Lamar was taken
okay.
third round. But
so do you want Swift or Judkins?
I'm definitely Swift over Judkins.
That gives us 2 Bears, by the way.
Let's do it.
Okay. Gives us a little team correlation there.
Yeah.
And Swift is the pass catching running back for that team.
I think if we see a bit of a run early in round 6 here at QB, the 3 teams before us take some, and Caleb's still there. That team just goes roam, so that might not happen. But I'm comfortable with Swift as the second running back and feeling like solid that I can genuinely.
Yeah, like I honestly want Caleb to go, so we don't have any worry.
I would agree.
I don't think we want him. But I don't know if we pass. Like depending on what's here.
I think what we were saying about Mike Evans earlier about the possibility of him maybe landing with Buffalo, I think that would be an interesting pick, depending on who's available. But I think moving back to receiver is probably a wise move.
Yeah, and I think him or Jordan Tyson, if he falls,
okay,
he's the one that falls all the time.
Yeah,
I think taking him here would make some sense.
If he's there, I'd agree. I'd be pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah, I kind of think that Tate will end up being the first wide receiver taken this year.
Most likely.
But it all depends on the play style and that the teams that are drafting target, right? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Lamar went.
That team at 12 is doing whatever they want.
I mean, I like the Lamar Zay stack over there. I
agree, but you can often get Zay Flowers in the 4th and Lamar in the 5th.
The thing is, I like it, but I want it to. Well, the problem,
Tyson goes.
Not Saquon. It's the uniqueness of Saquon and Hampton. I like that for big board. For the war room, I don't know that I necessarily want to do that.
Yeah,
I think
the turn is weird all the time.
I think we go either Evans or Metcalf.
I think Evans speaks to me a bit more. His potential
Evans for sure.
Line up with Allen potentially, I think is really interesting.
And the one we did yesterday had Josh Allen and Metcalf and forced us into the Aaron Rodgers. So getting different makes a lot of sense here.
I do think Evans, now that Tyson is off the board, is the best receiver click in this round.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Where are you at with Brian Thomas and Marvin Harrison?
Marvin Harrison, I think might be a terrible pick here because the quarterback situation they have scares the shit out of me. And finally seeing Michael Wilson pop off, I think makes them a little bit less tied to Harrison. Their hand was so forced where the draft capital and the lack of other weapons, they just had to force feed him out of necessity. And I still think they're not going to give up on him for sure, but I just don't feel confident in any Arizona Cardinal today other than McBride to feel like that's a good click. I would rather just get the discount with Michael Wilson going a round and a half later. If I was forced to draft a Cardinals receiver.
I'm kind of way more in on Harrison than Wilson.
Really?
But I don't have a good reason for it. I don't have a good reason either way. I think that both of them are mispriced by a full round.
Yeah, I don't have much exposure to either of them, but I don't think I've clicked Harrison once because he goes higher than Wilson.
When DraftKings opened, they had Harrison at 98, and I got 3 shares of him at the price I think he should be. And the next day he was where he is on Underdog, and I'm I'm glad I took some shares. I'm very glad I got my shares, because I don't want to fade him. I loved him as a prospect.
Damn, Caleb almost fell to us. Two picks away.
That'd have been crazy.
That'd been really fun. But we're still a little thin at receiver, and the running back value isn't exciting. So I think if Pearsall's available, that's my direction. How do you feel?
What do you think about going with Alec Pierce and then targeting 2 possible targets for Josh Allen?
That's not bad. I mean, the injury risk with Pearsall is crazy. So I could see Pierce be one of the most coveted free agents. I'm fine with that. You want Pierce?
Yeah, I don't take much Pierce either. So but I think with this specific team, it makes a lot of sense.
I would agree.
And with the Ricky Pearsall thing, it would have also made sense because if we could have got Purdy back in the 9th, we would have had a stack already with him, and that would have been if Evans doesn't go back to the Bucks.
Exactly. Those were our
two spots that I would like him to land.
I would agree. But so, I think your argument on Pierce makes sense as well. Of like
double down on the Allen stack, but possibilities. Yeah. I think that both of those going to Buffalo is actually kind of like a low chance. I feel.
I'm going to pull up cap space real quick. I don't think Buffalo has enough cap space where they'd be able to warrant both of them. The Bills are actually in the negative cap space, but they can always change that.
I mean, I'm just saying one of them get there.
Oh yeah, for one, the odds I think are decent.
It kind of feels like Indianapolis might re-sign Pearsall and cut Pittman, or Pierce, not Pearsall.
Yeah,
re-sign Pierce and cut Pittman, and I do think that Buffalo is probably not the top option for Evans to land if he doesn't land in Tampa. I'm wondering if he would want to go play in the cold or if he would care. Because some players care.
Right.
I don't know if he's one of those guys.
I think at his stage of his career, just to play with the best quarterback, I think might be enough of a selling point where he'd overrule those concerns. But
right.
We're coming back on the clock. Is there a running back you like in this range, or are you interested in?
Where's the JMO draft?
The JMO team was right in front of us, but we got QB, tight end.
You want to go Laporta?
I'm thinking Laporta.
Yeah, well, that's why I was wondering. Let's just do it.
I could also talk myself into DJ Moore, but I think Laporta and Jared Goff on the way back makes a ton of sense.
So which side of us is the okay, so he's...
Yeah, we're fine with the JMO team.
Yeah.
We only have to worry about the Gibbs team.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know which side JMO went on. And you said he was before us, but
he got sniped us in
that's on both ways. So.
Yeah, he got sniped in round 4, so he's on that other side of the board.
Yeah, good deal. So this sets us up perfectly to be done at quarterback if the Gibbs drafter doesn't want,
and tight end, I would argue.
Yeah, I don't hate going 2 by the everybody says it's a bad strategy, and it might be, but I think a 2, 7, 9, 2 is fine.
When you have combinations like we're trying to set up, if we do get Goff here in the next round, then I think that's a scenario that totally works. But once you start to push a little bit and you end up with Bryce Young as your second quarterback, then I'm not as excited about that.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And we already have starters filled out,
mm-hmm.
And I think that after that, I like the wide receivers from rounds 14 on quite a bit. And
I agree.
I like the running backs a lot more in this area as well.
Yeah, there's some running backs in the next 3 rounds that even 4 rounds, I guess, that really excite me.
And I think for me structurally, and it sounds like you agree, if we take if Goff makes it to us, then we go 3 more running backs, solidify that. Depending on if a fall happens, an interesting wide receiver, but structurally kind of expect to do that. Jared Goff does go to the Gibbs drafter.
That's fine.
So no, I'm actually not upset at that at all. That actually makes our team more powerful overall. I like Algier over Dowdle slightly.
I could see that work out.
I'm fine with either one.
I don't have much Algier or Dowdle, so really whatever we got Dowdle sniped already. This team left us Algier.
Let's go with Algier.
Is there any lobbying for Brock Purdy here, at a slight discount, or not interested?
I think we're fine.
I think so too. I think structurally we need running back more.
Yes. Yeah, the double stack would have been the only reason to take off there.
Yeah.
And if we had taken Pearsall, yes.
Right.
And I actually think that naked Purdy is a fine thing to do.
I agree too. His rushing value is underrated, and just the nature of that offense, he can explode for 30 plus points, and that just might be the guy you need. But in general, I'd like to have him with Christian McCaffrey or Pearsall if I am going to take him.
Oh yeah. And what I was kind of saying earlier, the 2 running back or 2 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks by this point and then being done is fine. It's also not optimal. right? Like
it's risky.
It's
sure.
definitely risky. So like, I'm actually pretty like Emmett Johnson goes where he should go.
I was gonna say they know you're in this lobby with me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the word's just out.
Yeah, makes sense. He's really good.
Yeah.
I don't think Kincaid is an option for us given our tight end room already, but we did speak about Jaden Reed quite a bit. I don't see the justification to reach on a running back other than like Kenny Gainwell.
I'm fine with him. I'm fine with Godwin. I'm fine with Denzel Boston. I'm fine with Coker. Fine with any of them.
You want Reed, Boston, Coker, Godwin? Your pick.
Let's go Boston.
Let's do it. Also a potential
yes
Bills pick.
Let's just take everybody who has a chance to stack with Josh Allen and then call it a real room.
Well, if they don't address receiver in a major way, like that would be the most insane non-move you could think of from the Bills. Like that is such clearly their weakness, and they're so depleted in terms of like talent beyond James Cook. Receiver is so critical for them to address.
It really is, and I still can't believe that they fired their coach and gave Brandon Beane a promotion. Like I can't believe that happened.
I mean, it's similar to like Joe Shane. Like it just makes no sense. And ultimately, I think you just have to put the onus on the owner. Like it's
like that, okay.
That press conference with the owner was like embarrassing. It was weird. It was like in a way they made a lot of like sound decisions, and then the justification for it just like dug themselves a deeper hole. It was like I don't think the owner actually knows what he's doing, and he's just getting kind of like pushed around and like emotionally driven to make some of these commitments. But if you just went about it in a more like honest and like cut and dry, blunt fashion, it would be like, yeah, you're making clear moves, but I don't trust his judgment. And I definitely don't trust the Giants owner's judgment either. Weird. It seems like any New York franchise is just cursed when it comes to football. But at least the Giants have some Super Bowls.
There's a couple running backs that have been falling in ADP lately that I don't like. I really like, and one of them I think you also like because you lobbied for them yesterday. They're still on the board for us.
I mean, James Conner goes at 121, and Kenny Gainwell is still available. I would love to take Kenny Gainwell here.
That's exactly the guy I was talking about.
JCM, I'm way Kenny Gainwell over JCM. So I'm not on board with Woody Marks at all. Let him keep falling. But I think we're in agreement here on Kenny G.
Yeah. And I think that I think that Woody Marks should go after Dobbins.
I agree. Woody feels way too high.
I think there with Tracy and Dobbins are fine. But then, like, I think if Woody came back to us, like, do I like the pick? Absolutely not. But do I think it's fine? Maybe.
I'll be honest. If we still have Dobbins and Woody Marks available to us, I'm still passing on Woody Marks. But
right. No, but I mean, if Dobbins
only name,
gone,
I guess,
and it's if Dobbins is gone, and to me, it's probably more of an opportunity just to take another receiver instead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty out on Woody Marks.
I am too. I this is going to be a hot take, but I'm more comfortable taking a swing on Jawar Jordan undrafted in round 20 than I am taking Woody Marks in the 10th or 11th round.
I actually respect that because he looked fine when he did get touches.
Yeah, they gave him like 18 touches in one of the games, and he was like from a yards per carry standpoint doing okay. He didn't score a touchdown, but like Woody Marks ain't scoring many touchdowns either.
Man, if you watch all the games, like no player in the NFL left more on the field than Woody Marks. And what was crazy is like very early on, he had this awesome run to where he powered through like 3 defenders and got a touchdown. And I was like, maybe we were all wrong on Woody Marks. And then the rest of the season happened. I was like, okay, the one play was an outlier.
As much as we're shitting on him, it looks like the scenario we're talking about is what's possibly going to be here. The only thing is our receiving core isn't like so elite where I'm like dying to pass, but I think Dobbins makes a lot of sense.
We could go Dobbins. We could go Darnold here too. I mean, I think Dobbins is probably the better play, but this room looks like they're pushing quarterback. So
I agree. And the way that our team worked out yesterday with Rodgers and Kirk Cousins, I didn't hate. I'm not trying to set that up again, but like I'm fine.
If any of those guys come back to us, we take them.
Yeah. Right. And I think this side of the board has gone like, oh, if he makes it to the team at the 101, there's no way Darnold circles back. But I could see a lot of these teams passing on QB because they've invested a lot in recent rounds. Stroud even going over Darnold, that makes no sense to me.
I mean, he might have Nico.
I guess, but still.
I mean, I would take the Nico stack if I had it. I don't think he had Nico, though, when you scrolled up.
He did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, he took him a little early.
Got it.
But
like, I would absolutely love for Kyler to come back. Like, Kyler, I don't love him as a player, but for fantasy, especially as just a possible spike week guy, that was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Barner without Darnold.
Yeah, no, I
got like
thing. I raised my eyebrows and a bit of disbelief there.
Like, I get not taking Darnold there, but you took Barner. Like, what?
Yeah. I mean, for Darnold to still be falling is a bit wild. That JSN team, I assume, will take him, but they took Malik Willis over Darnold.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to take a fourth quarterback.
I doubt it, but you never know.
They might, but
Judy at 148. Didn't we just get Judy at like 190 yesterday or something? Like crazy?
177.
Okay.
It was his ADP was 159. We got him 177. But that was in my stream draft. So like he seems to fall in all of my stream drafts. Kyler goes like I'm fully in on taking Darnold if he's there. Like
100%. At this point, yes. Okay.
So which quarterback
justifiably gets sniped? I'm kind of in on Cam Ward a little
Cam Ward. Like I actually might have seconded to go that. Like I like Gunnar Helm, but we don't need another tight end. But
I like their offense's potential.
Yeah, and DK and Ioman are both fine picks.
Yes, I prefer DK over Ayamanar, but I also think they could be a team that brings in like Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson or Lemon. They're drafting early enough in the second round where they might pass because they need so much. But I feel like that's
I think the depth of wide receiver class means they won't do it.
Right.
And I think that they're going to take offensive line or defensive line and build into the trenches.
Mm-hmm. That's probably the wiser move. They have so many problems there, but I could also see just from like a.
I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is insane, and he has no help. Like,
very fair.
I think that what would help the team out the most would be to take a defensive lineman.
That's definitely where like the value is in the first round.
Yeah,
but I could also see them just getting a little enticed. How do you feel about Josh Downs? I actually like Josh Downs quite a bit.
I was actually going to suggest him. He's another player that like I need to get a little more of.
If Pierce leaves, it feels like he would skyrocket.
Yeah. Yeah, we're making one big congruent bet that none of these players, all these players go where we want. All these
Evans and Boston in Buffalo. That'd be pretty fucking sweet.
I mean, I don't even like Josh Allen. They say you don't want to stack him, and we're like wish casting all these stacks. Like, I think you want a single stack with John. I think you don't want multiple stacks with Allen.
Historically, you haven't wanted it, but the only one that has been worth it has been like Kincaid on like random games. Like Shakir has been dog shit from a best ball standpoint. Like very few big games, and the only way is to just project who's going to land there right now.
But I don't think it's a you don't want to stack Josh Allen thing. I think it's Josh Allen is working with these guys who don't have the potential to get to 28 points.
Exactly.
And like you put Evans or Boston or Pierce on those teams, they all have like 20-point upside like every week. And I think that you do want to stack him if he has somebody like that. That's why Keon Coleman went so high last year. Because
sure.
like if he was to break out, he was the guy that would profile to be that guy, like the Spike Week guy.
He had showcased some pop before he got hurt in his rookie season. There were like some big 20-yard catch averages in like a 5-stretch stand for him. I was hyped, but I didn't know that he would be that big.
He tied for 9th that year with 40-yard catches.
He's got potential. He just can't quite put it together.
Yeah.
But Kelsey goes, Pat Bryant, and then a run on RB. What position are you thinking for this next round? We just have to hammer a receiver for a while, you think?
I mean, I think we take whatever Cam Ward stack is available.
Okay. I would argue for DK as the most appealing.
Either one's fine. Like I do slightly lean DK because of I think he has. I mean, both of them had spike weeks though.
Well, the thing about DK is, sadly, some of his biggest production just doesn't count in fantasy. He had some of the highest all-purpose yards numbers of any player in the NFL last year, but we just don't count special team stats, so it goes unnoticed.
He was number 1, actually.
Number 1, right?
Yeah.
That I think is just a testament to his athleticism. I mean, where he can thrive for years to come.
I heard the best counterpoint to that. It's like, when you let the other team score over and over again,
it's not surprising that it's like a tight most special teams.
That's a pretty good point. That's a
pretty good counter. But I do feel like that's the pick here, unless you really like Elijah Surratt for some reason.
I do like Surratt, but we're going to go with DK.
I agree. I think it's a safer pick.
And then who I want on the way back if he's there.
Do I? Surratt?
The other Indiana receiver.
Did he just go? Did Ridley?
The other Indiana receiver.
Oh, Indiana.
Omar Cooper.
Okay, you think he's being drafted? Oh, I'm thinking of Indianapolis. That's why I'm.
Omar Cooper Jr.
You pull him up this high. I mean, I guess it's justified. He has been fucking steaming.
He's going to be he's going to end up being in the 150s after the combine, I think.
Well, our next pick is 185. You're right.
Which is only 8 picks before ADP.
Yeah, this is 100% justified territory to take him.
Yeah, I'm not pulling him up over and over again. I was taking him in round 17 every single draft for a while.
Okay.
When he was available.
Yeah, I still haven't quite adjusted to him in round 18.
Right now, I think it's justified to take him in the 170s if you really want. If you missed out on it and you're scared, I think if you want to get bags, taking him in the 170s in this round makes sense. If you want to be a little more measured with it, just take him in the current round that we're in right now, over and over again. I don't see a way. I see very few ways to where he doesn't rise during this process. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to for sure get a good landing spot or be successful. But if you do like his profile or you believe in the people who are touting him or you've done your own research and you really like him or any of that stuff, this is the range you need to take him now.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the pick.
Yeah. And for me, I'm there. I think Tank Dell is another one. I would have actually lobbied for Horton if we got Sam Darnold.
Right.
But we just take Omar Cooper here. Call it good. Who is also a projected pick for Josh Allen.
Is everyone just assumed?
We gotta continue the meme, right?
Yeah.
We gotta continue the meme. One of these guys is gonna be stacked with Josh Allen.
Diamond in the rough. if we don't get a single stack, it'd be really disappointing. But that's what happens when you're drafting blind. You just have to make some calls.
Well, I mean, it's easy. You just draft a rookie that's not a top 10 guy, and you're like, Josh Allen. It's like anytime you draft a running back, Dallas.
Yeah.
I could go to Dallas. Yeah.
Watch them sign Rashad White for league minimum.
I would love that.
I wouldn't be upset with that either. I got a lot of Rashad White, but it seems like since the Zeke situation, they've really shifted in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I do think if Jeremiah Love falls to them, though, that I don't think Jerry Jones would pass it up.
I agree.
Like
Jerry's dementia going to be on display for sure.
Well, they did what they could last year to shore up that offensive line, and they were really good. Like that offensive line was really good run blocking.
Yeah, they draft linemen pretty well. Like all the times that we like shit on Dallas and stuff, and like even though they haven't made it to the championship round since in like 30 years, like they actually have some decent draft picks. They just overpay for them on the second contract over and over.
Well, it's that they don't re-sign them going into their fourth year.
Yeah,
and they don't do well past like their round 1 picks. I think have a fairly high success rate.
Absolutely.
But like it's their picks after round 1 that like seem a little weird most of the time. And maybe I'm forgetting some things. I probably am. But like Zeke was a good pick, and everybody made fun of that. Like it ended up working out. Like
only once they paid Zeke did it become ludicrous. But it looks like Torrey Horton's going to circle back.
What about Iomanner for the double?
For the double, it makes sense. But I think the minor discount, I have to prefer Torrey. Like that's my boy.
I mean, how much Torrey do you have?
I'm at like 65%.
Do you not want to diversify a little?
I don't have him in the war room, so
okay, let's do it. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't have 65. I have 28% Torrey.
It's probably fallen since I saw it at 65, but I'm just still assuming it's a 65.
I mean, actually, the top 3 by ADP were awesome picks for us because both of them were stacks, and we both think that like. So, how many wide receivers we have? We have 8. We have
8, and our given how we addressed it with Evans and Pierce as the 2-3, I could argue we need a 9th. But I think we're done at tight end. I'm fine with Loveland and Laporta. I got high hopes for Laporta this year.
And click quarterback.
Rodgers is off the board. He went 1 pick after ours. We're looking at.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with these two, honestly.
Same.
Let's go with a running back next. What do you think?
I agree. I could see Ray Davis be a valuable asset on this team. You have spoken well about Damon Claiborne as like a boom bust option. You like Mike Washington as well. I like Devin Neal a little bit, and then Adam Randall is like my pull in case of emergency.
Emmanuel Wilson may be the pick for this as well.
That's not bad. He's
because we did wait a little bit,
mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to take a 7th.
We have.
I think we're going to
3 rounds left, so yeah.
I think we're going to end at 2-7-9-2, right?
I like that. I like that. I'm good with Emmanuel Wilson. I don't have a ton of him, but I see the potential. I see the path for his success for sure.
Yeah.
I used to be a huge Marshawn Lloyd believer, so I got to pivot off of that.
And this sets us up to where now we could take one of those 3 rookies, Randall, Washington, or Claiborne, if any of them make it back to us. If not, we don't really have to worry about it.
How do you feel about Jeremy Bernard? Do you like him?
I do. I really like him. I think he's extremely script dependent.
Okay.
So, like, if he goes to the Niners and he gets the old Debo role, he's going to break fantasy this year.
You think so?
Yes. I fully believe that if those 2 things happened, he goes to the Niners and he learns it fast enough, and he can play the Debo role. Like you watch his like film, or like his highlights at least.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what they were doing. I wonder if it was that they didn't trust their quarterback, but all of his really cool plays was on like sweeps and stuff, and like very low ADOT things.
I've gotten fooled by the Kalen DeBoer receivers, but I feel like when they do work, it's because they're used in the very specific proper way. Like Jalen McMillan as like a, deep shot guy. That's kind of his bread and butter. That's what works with Baker. But like Jalen Polk fucking crashed and burned.
Yeah.
The Patriots had no effing clue on how to use him.
Yeah. So I think that Bernard is an awesome pick if he can get a whole bunch of like low ADOT, or like basically couple him a little bit like a running back.
Gotcha.
So I think that his boom ability, like he's definitely not a guy I want to fade in best ball.
But you think there's also a lot of bust potential if it does fall right.
Like the way I love Savion Williams. Like I loved his prospect profile. He got a 3rd-round capital, which was more than we expected.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Bay actually used him more than people think as well. And when he was on the field, he got targeted a little more than people think. And I think Jeremy Bernard is more of like just an adult version of Savion Williams.
Okay.
So, like I love the profile, but those kind of players are hard to use. But if they get used properly, they are going to have some big spikes.
Well, it's definitely a player on my radar, but I have a ton of him as well, so I'm fine leaving him alone.
Yeah.
Are there running backs that you're eyeing at this stage? Claiborne just goes.
I mean, Adam Randall is always fine. We could take the plunge to Ty Johnson.
Adam Randall just got sniped.
Seth McGowan.
You like Seth McGowan? I feel like given our top RB is a rookie, I'm fine going veteran.
I like Najee then. Like I like Najee.
You like Najee?
Yeah, I like Najee.
I have not clicked Najee yet. So you know what? Let's do it. Are there any receivers though you'd rather take instead, or
I think we just take Najee. There's a couple receivers I don't mind here.
Let's do it.
I wouldn't mind adding Malik Washington, who's probably going to slightly move up with the Tyreek news.
From Miami?
Yeah, it's also a divisional correlation for the Josh Allen and the obvious stacks we have with Josh Allen.
You were hyping up Malachi Fields, though, who's still on the board. Is that an interesting name as well? He just gets sniped.
He's a guy, like, I think Chris Bell on a 9 wide receiver team makes a ton of sense, too. He would have been a first-round pick for sure this year if he didn't have a torn ACL. So he's probably not going to play for the first half of the season. He's going to miss training camp, which does matter a lot for rookies. But his talent is very high. And if we're comfortable with the wide receiver room, like he's the kind of guy that like on a build like this specifically with a 9 receiver build, I will fit him in if I feel like I have a free pick at the end of the draft.
I feel like I'd be a bit more comfortable with Malik Washington on this build.
I think Malik is the right call here.
Okay.
Or even Jack Besh. Like, what if they don't address anything?
They have to bring in someone, but you'd assume, given the draft capital, he's probably poised to take a leap. I also like the talent on Jalen Knoll, but trusting Stroud in that crowded wide receiver room is not my favorite thing to do. But I do mix in Knoll a little bit.
I actually have quite a bit of Devon Bailey, believe it or not.
You do? Yeah. He just got taken, but
yeah. I don't love it here.
I'm fine with Malik Washington.
I think Malik's the pick because we get the divisional correlation, all that stuff.
Let's do it. He hurt his thumb a month ago, though. So,
well, chop it off.
All right. So, our full team, we got the 108. We took Amon-Ra in round 1. Then we took Jeremiah Love, Josh Allen, Colston Loveland. My first rainbow strategy of the season, but I think it turned out okay. We took Swift in the 5th as our RB2, hoping to get the prime landing spot for Mike Evans or Alec Pierce in free agency with the Josh Allen potential stack. Then we took Laporta with the hopes of getting Jared Goff to circle back. He did not, fell 4 picks shy. We go Algier with some definite potential landing spots for him. Like I've heard you speak about him as your favorite chief option.
Like,
and from
as a KC fan, he's the one I want.
Any particular reason why?
Yes, because like he's a very, very tough runner. Well, number one, like everyone's forgetting that he had 1,000 yards his rookie season, and then they just decided to draft Bijan, right?
Right.
I'm trying to look up his stats, but for whatever reason, it's not coming up. I got it now. So, yeah, he had 1,000 yards his rookie season, and then Bijan got there, and like he doesn't have a ton of receptions, but like we have Rashard Smith for that, and I think that they could just bring somebody else in for that as well. But like he's had 600 plus yards on not a ton of carries. This year he had 4.9, or his rookie year he had 4.9 a carry, and then he only had 3.6 this year. But that offensive line wasn't great. Like Bijan was just special, right?
Yeah, last year he was at 4.7, but he also had 8 touchdowns this last year.
Yeah, he's had 8. Like he gets touchdowns, and like that is pretty solid. And that is part-time role. Like if he gets the 60% workload on a team that we expect to do good on offense, and he's fine with pass protection, like he's not an incapable receiver. He just doesn't get targets, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah, he's underrated. Easy to forget about him.
17 targets, and he had 16 receptions off that. Go to Bijan. Bijan had like something like 80 receptions, maybe 90 receptions, something crazy this year.
Yeah, this last year, 79 receptions on 103 targets, 820 yards.
Like you target one of your running backs 103 times, and the other one 17. Like maybe it's just because the one is awesome. Maybe it's not because the other one sucks at it. So like I think he's underrated as a pass catcher as well. I think we're going to see that. But with that being said, his rookie season, he still only had 16 receptions, Algier.
Right.
So, like, he's never had more than 18 receptions. And
I'll pull up his game log from his rookie year. He wasn't like he didn't come in as the starter either. He had a stretch.
It was like week 7 or whatever. He like kind of
4-game stretch as the starter, then went back to the backup, and then down the stretch took over once more, and
that just crushed.
Yeah. That's a good call, man. I've been sleeping on him now that you mention it. Like, I don't think I've clicked him enough, and I've been in the mindset of like with the free agent options, I'm more in like just wait 2 rounds for Kenny G or J.K. Dobbins. But yeah, you're making some very compelling points that I've been sleeping on Algier considerably. He has a lot of potential. Absolutely.
I mean, we've never seen him with a lead role, like because he, like you said, he didn't start the season as the lead role there. And I think he's getting 500 yards a year minimum.
Right.
Well, on a team with Bijan Robinson.
He's one of the best handcuffs.
Yeah.
And if he actually gets a starting job, then that could absolutely catapult him up the board. Good call.
Yeah. So we kind of got sidetracked in the review. So now we're in Boston.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
Then we went Denzel Boston for the also hope that he's a Buffalo Bill.
The meme continues.
Yeah. Kenny G. From a landing spot standpoint, I would really like to see the Vikings cut Aaron Jones. I think Kenny Gainwell in Minnesota would actually be a really, really nice fit.
So my original thought before I thought Aaron Rodgers was going back to Pittsburgh, because I think Gainwell just ends up there with him, which is fantastic. That's like best case scenario.
Yeah.
I thought that KC may go after Gainwell specifically. Like I want Algier, but I think if Gainwell's on the market, like I don't think Kansas City trusts Rashard Smith, and I think that they would want Kenneth Gainwell if he's a free agent, and then through the draft or through free agency to get a guy like a Dowdle as well, to like run the ball. Like I could see both of them being Chiefs.
Interesting,
but like. Kansas City's not going to spend a lot of money, and I think Algier's going to get more money than KC wants to spend. Same with Gainwell.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's my take on it as well, where they've just invested so little since the CEH debacle that I still feel they're a bit reluctant. But given how last year went, that was such a position of need, and you just can't keep rolling out Kareem Hunt at this stage of his career. You have to really make a solid investment.
I'm not going to argue that. I love Kareem. I loved him as a rookie, man. He was that opening I think it was opening night, a Monday night game versus the Patriots.
I remember that very vividly because coming out of college, my like best friend was having like a moving in party to his like new apartment. And I showed up and I had Kareem Hunt on my roster. I drafted him like in the 3rd round, and I was hyping him up before the game. And literally that first touch was a fumble, and everyone looked at me like, "Really? This is your guy?" And I was like, "Hey, it's 1 minute into the game. Give him some time." And then literally everything after that was just fucking elite. And there was a bunch of Patriots fans in the room, and it was like, "Suck it, Kareem Hunt to the moon."
So, funny thing about that, I believe Kareem Hunt had 0 fumbles in college.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was like, what in the world? Like the first touch? Yeah, so that first game, I just looked it up. 5 targets, 5 receptions, 14 routes. He had 17 carries for 246 total yards, 46.6 total full point fantasy. Like, and it was against the Patriots. This was a Tom Brady led Patriots team, by the way,
with Alex Smith as well.
Yeah,
that shit was one of the most like satisfying games to watch.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was an odd. So speaking of Patriots Chiefs, I was at the game where Brady like lost his shit.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that was one of like I've been to 11 games. Like I live like 6 hours away.
Okay,
I've been to like 11 games, and I picked a lot of winners. And the one where he lost his shit and then he got benched, like he was throwing his helmet, like that classic clip.
Okay,
like yeah, I was at that game. That was also currently the record holder for loudest stadium of all time, outdoor stadium. It was 142.2 decibels. 142.2.
Shit.
It was so loud that like you just felt your insides moving. Like
wow.
Like it was crazy.
That's insane. I mean, Chiefs fans, as much as you've given me shit over the years, just tough to watch their success from the other side of the coin.
I mean, like,
I respect y'all. Y'all show up and really, really deliver as a fan base.
Yeah. So another side note for a game. Like I was at another game, and this big Raiders fan. It was a Raiders Chiefs, obviously. I've been to 2 Raiders Chiefs games. And the guy sitting in front of me was a season ticket holder in the black hole back when the black hole was a thing.
Okay.
And he it was very cold that day, like really cold. And the guy's from LA.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, man, I was absolutely like, so they're season ticket holders the year before for the Raiders, like in LA, which never gets cold.
Uh-huh.
Gave them or was that when it was in Oakland? Might have been Oakland. I think they were in Oakland at that time.
I think so.
That
checks out.
But they gave them scarves. Like for buying season tickets, the present that year was scarves. And he was like, man, he's like, I can't believe that I'm actually using this damn thing that they got me. like it's so goddamn cold here. Like it's because he was like, I was so mad whenever I opened up the box and this is what was in it. You know,
it's like getting a pair of socks for Christmas. You fucking cheapskate.
Yeah. So, like, just a random like. It was a little cool experience. Like I'll never forget that conversation because it's just funny. It's just it's just objectively funny.
No, it sticks with you. You meet some interesting people when you're just yelling at full decibels.
yeah, absolutely. But no, I think back to the longest review of all time.
Well, they watched it. They know what happened.
Yeah.
Kenny Gainwell, J.K. Dobbins. Ideally get some good landing spots, but like from this section of the draft, these are my 2 favorite running backs going in this range. Like
me too.
They feel like they're going at a discount, but then among the players in this region, everyone else also feels like a major potential bust.
I actually like Tracy a bit.
You do? He's okay. I just, if I'm going to be hyped on Scadaboo, then like in my mind, I just don't justify being as hyped on the other one. But from a hedge standpoint of like, well, it's definitely a safer way to go because like even if Scadaboo comes back for week 1, are we really going to expect him to play a full 17 games? Probably not.
I just think he has the I just think that offense could support 2 running
backs. You do?
Like, well, currently, like if
it's
they
possible,
don't, like right now, what if Matt Nagy makes a good decision for once
I mean, if not for the double doink, he would have beat Nick Foles' Eagles. In the playoffs, man. Like,
right.
It's easy to shit on him, but at a time, there are some good, track record. There are some good moments on his personal record.
But like, what if they just kind of like, hey, Tyrone Tracer, remember that guy in college that was a receiver? And they trot him out and play him like they don't re-sign Wandale and they play him in the slot a little or something like that. Like they maneuver him around and they have him and Scatabo on the field quite a bit.
That'd be interesting.
I think well, Nagy's learned from Andy Reid. Like he knows. Like, do I really trust him to do something like that that's fun and innovative?
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a chance. I don't think it's a high chance, but I do think that he's going to make sure that his best players get the ball. And that's Neighbors, Scatabo, and then Tracy at this point.
Yeah, they do not have much talent beyond, I guess, Theo.
Theo's actually my number two own tight end. So
he's a good value. He's a very nice value. But
I mean, we expect the Giants to, like, before the Nagy hire, we expected the Giants to be like a very up and coming offense. And
if not for injury, they would have been much better this year.
And we're only drafting 4 players off of that team, not named Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm. They have potential for sure. Yeah. They're a sneaky playoff team, but I could also see, given the Cowboys draft capital this year, if someone dethrones the Eagles, which oddly enough, that was the first year in over 25 seasons, I think, when their division did not change hands. It was everyone else was just inept.
Right.
But I wouldn't think it's the worst bet to think the division changes hands next season.
Yeah. I derailed it again.
It's fine, man. They know what happened. We took Dobbins after that. Cam Ward, we got 1 pick away from getting the elite value on Darnold. Darnold fell 3 rounds in this thing. He went after Malik Willis, Stroud, and Kyler Murray, and then someone took Bryce Young and Mendoza where he normally goes. Maybe it was crazy for us to pass when we took Dobbins there, but for him to go this late is pretty fucking wild.
We ended up getting the Ward stack behind it, so I think it worked out even better.
We also got Ward at a big discount, so it worked out, but just from a value standpoint, where Darnold went here is pretty ludicrous.
I think with Josh Allen, it didn't matter. I think the Dobbins, the difference would have been, the 2v2 would have been Sam Darnold versus Brooks? Rashad White?
Yeah, I would have, if Darnold was there when we took Ward, I would have 100% lobbied for Darnold because we also got.
We would have taken Darnold for sure.
Yeah,
because we both love Horton, and then we would have taken Horton over Cooper, and not had Cooper and Horton.
Yeah, for Horton to circle back is a bit of a shocker too. He's been moving up as well. Pick 200 for Horton. But then we also took Downs, who feels like a potential gem this late. DK for the stack. Omar Cooper Jr., another potential bill. And then Torrey Horton, Emmanuel Wilson, Najee Harris, and Malik Washington. Solid team.
That's the first time I've seen Isaiah Pacheco drafted in a while.
Yeah, I've not seen. Hollywood Brown goes right after us. I've clicked Hollywood once before, but if he doesn't return to the Chiefs, I feel like he's worthless.
Yeah, I wonder if that person knows that he's not under contract. Because he has Kelsey. Does he have Mahomes?
He does. He has Mahomes, Worthy, and Rashee Rice. Just an insane Chiefs investment. Okay. But yeah, Hollywood is a free agent.
Got it. Yeah. So is Tyquan Thornton.
Gotcha. I could see them bring back Tyquan over Hollywood if they were. Yeah, they can only do one.
He was better, and he's going to be cheaper.
Have you clicked Tyquan at all?
No.
Yeah, I can't get there yet. But
if we re-sign him, I will.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree.
I was very out on Jalen Royals last year, and I think he's one of the best picks you can make on the board right now. Year 2 in an Andy Reid offense, you always see a little bit of growth, unless you're Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce destroys your soul on the
or you're just Sky Moore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess always is the wrong term. I guess never is the right term. I guess McCall Hardman, like I guess
at least Hardman has some highlights.
Yeah, I mean, he did secure a Super Bowl for us after we let him go or traded him away and traded back for him.
Yeah. I guess Sky Moore also scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Maybe I'm shitting on him too much.
Yeah.
But, all right, man. Is there anything else you'd like to touch on before we go?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure, bro. Yesterday was fun. This was fun. We got to do it again sometime.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure to. We'll be sure to do multiple things this year.
After the combine, maybe we can check in. But at the very least, around the draft, 100%, we gotta circle back.
I'm gonna definitely do like mock drafts and stuff throughout the off season as well. I haven't done any research into the defense too deep right now. Like, I know a bit about the top 10 defensive prospects. That's about it. So what I did last year, and I just did it on a whim, and I'm going to do it again this year, is I'm going to do a full first round mock, and I'm going to go live probably the 2 days before the draft or something, and kind of go through that. And then the day 2 of the draft, and I mean, I'm going to go through and like try to spot all the second and third round picks for offensive players, like which ones make sense and stuff, because like that'll change. I'm not going to do it before the draft, before the day 1, because day 1 will change massively what could happen, right? And it's more content. So like,
we still also have a lot of time for news to break and us to find out like, oh, this guy might have a lot of character health concerns, and maybe we're not as high.
Or we could not hear anything about it. Like Dave
could also get massive smoke screens and be led astray.
Yeah.
I could be a believer in Steve Smith again and think that Malachi Corley is indeed the steal of the draft.
Well, like Steve Smith has hit on a lot of things, and he was pretty wrong. Like, he was wrong on that, but like everyone's wrong on things. And
100%. Yeah.
And like, I don't think Steve Smith was one of the ones who was kind of high on Jalen Royals last year. And like, I would have blindly believed it if I didn't live the Malachi Corley thing the year before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like I was kind of out on Corley as a prospect, and like he was very in on it. And like, I thought Royals was not the same, but like I felt the same. And like, I didn't adjust when Steve Smith come out and said about it. Like, I went back and I watched again. I'm like, okay, I think I'm good fading this.
I think I remember going into like watching Steve Smith's takes, having Horton and like Royals in like a similar vein. And once he was on Team Royals, I was like, okay, I'm Team Horton now.
Yeah.
just for the sake of being burned.
I was so out on Horton because I thought
the injury.
It wasn't that I didn't think he was going to play. It's that I thought he wasn't going to be able to be there for training camp, and rookies not being able to learn during training camp is a big deal. Yeah. All right. I'll let you go.
Sorry. I think
take care of business.
I think she's asking for this to wrap up.
All right. Sounds good, man. Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Happy to have you, and look forward to another one.
Yep. Peace.
Peace out, bro.